Hi, everybody. It's Mark McKell, managing partner of McKell Partners. We're a comprehensive wealth management firm on the West Coast. We likely just spoke a few days ago. You attended, registered, and likely attended for a really important web class that we did called Don't Go Broke in a Nursing Home. It may have been 2 or 3 weeks ago. I just wanted to follow up really quick and cover a specific principle that we did not talk about in the webinar that I think is so important. Sometimes life gets crazy, we get off track, and things that are most important sometimes fall by the wayside. And I want to just make sure we stay on the radar here with something I know for you is really important in terms of coming up to speed on this process and this topic regarding a long-term illness or a chronic illness. And so let me share a slide here really quick. I'm not even going to go to slideshow. I'm just going to quickly share this slide with you. So yeah, don't go broke in a nursing home. Such an important topic. Doing the right planning, protecting your assets from a chronic illness. But there's this concept I want to talk about that we didn't have time to cover. I call it walls and castles. Years ago, people used to live in castles, years and years and years ago. And what did they put around the castle? A moat or a big wall. What was the moat or the wall? What was the purpose? Well, it was for protection, right? From those infamous marauding bands trying to steal our stuff, right? Well, the key thing I find today is a lot of folks are so focused on financial offense. And this is understandable. We want to grow our wealth. We want to grow our assets. We get involved as CPAs and functioning as fiduciaries with clients that are involved in investment management. We manage a lot of money for a lot of clients all over the United States, making sure assets are positioned properly, looking at allocations, what's the purpose of the money, when do we need it, the taxes, right? The fundamental research about what it is that we own, right? That's important. But what we also need to do is we need to think about financial defense. We need to think about having a moat or a wall. Well, we're not going to build a moat around the house. What is that? Well, today it's insurance. Now, I hate paying insurance bills. When you think about auto insurance and homeowners insurance and health insurance and disability, all this stuff. So we need to be strategic. We need to make good decisions, but having a shared risk relationship when it comes to long-term care, I cannot tell you, it's so important. As a CPA firm, as we've spent all kinds of time working with all kinds of clients, we have concluded that the most important or probably the most viable strategy for long-term care is something called asset-based long-term care or hybrid. We talked about this in our web class here a few weeks back. Why is that so important? Well, one, we don't have ongoing premium. We're just repositioning an asset, right? It's incredibly flexible. We're taking a particular asset and make it worth a lot more for care, oftentimes taking $100,000 and turning it into $200,000 to $300,000 for care. And if we don't need it, even more money than we put in is coming back to the family tax-free. And it's tax-wise. Remember the Pension Protection Act? There's some tax pieces to this that are very favorable to you. But the challenge is, as we move down the road, sometimes we're not moving forward. And on a highly, highly important topic, there often is a cost of waiting. Sometimes it's our health. Our health deteriorates. And I did a whole other video on that. I hope you'll take some time to watch that. Our health deteriorates as we get older, and then we can't be approved. We don't have to be in perfect health, but this can be a challenge if we wait. In addition, the benefits are less. If we wait 10 years, the amount of benefits that we receive based on the money we're putting into the strategy are less. It's still good if we're in our early to mid 70s, but it's better if we're in our late 50s or in our 60s and if we don't procrastinate. But another cost of waiting that I wanted to show you here is this issue of, well, it won't happen to me. We're basically in denial and we're thinking it won't happen to me. Well, the problem is you just don't know. There's no way of knowing, and I have no way of knowing. I often rely on some really good information here, and I shared this in the event that you attended from the Department of Health and Human Services. What's the percentage of Americans that will need long-term care? 20%, 45, 70, 82? Yeah, the answer there at the bottom there is 70% of Americans who reach age 65 will someday require help from others to get through their day. according to the Department of Health and Human Services. Consider these statistics here. Look at that first bullet. 1 in 425 homes catches fire every year. The second bullet, 1 in 52 cars has an accident. But the final bullet, 1 in 1.4 people, or about 71% of people older than 65, are going to need long-term care. Folks, we have a lot of clients that we serve all the United States. We have a broad perspective of how this is impacting people. And I just want to encourage you, we all know this concept. The concept is that to have a spare tire in the trunk. You all do that. That's contingent planning, because in case you get a flat, you can pull over and change the tire, or maybe you just grab your AAA card and call an 800 number and somebody comes to the rescue. But that's the concept, right? That we're able to move forward because we have a contingency plan. And the thing I love about asset-based long-term care is even if we don't use it, the money still stays in the family. Folks, don't be in denial about long-term care. We've seen this impact so many people, especially because of cognitive failure. I want to encourage you not to put off these choices. Now, sometimes people put things off because they don't know what to do, or they don't understand it, or they have a bunch of questions. We have a rule. Don't do anything that you don't understand. We take the pride of taking time with people to understand their specific situation, evaluate all the different opportunities with the variety of carriers that are available, and then recommend the right step forward, and then you're able to make your own decision. Well, in closing here, I just want to show you this funny little comic that really kind of stirred my interest. Look at this thing right here. Don't be like these two guys sitting on a rock there on a mountain and looking off into the distance and seeing Noah and the family sailing away with the rain coming down and saying to themselves, oh crap, was that today? Was that today? Regret can be a powerful thing. And I just want to encourage you. I've had so many clients say to me, man, I wish we would have done this earlier. I wish we would have taken the time to sit down and figure this out earlier. Folks, take that next step. Do some planning. Reach out to us. Our contact information is going to be right here at the end of the video. I hope this has been helpful to you as we've talked a little bit more about this most important topic. We hope to meet you down the road. Please reach out. Thanks so much. Take care. Have a great rest of the week. Bye-bye.